Welcome to More Than Mindset, the only podcast that bridges the gap between spirituality and success. Go beyond the mind with clarity and confidence coach Kim Guillory and learn how to integrate your passion to serve with your skills and experience to create a business you love. Let's get started.
Hey there, and welcome back. I've got a doozy for you today. It's called One Thing. And I'm going to take you on a little journey and have you explore looking for this one thing. Now listen, by the end of this episode, and then you putting it into action, which is the key, you will be reaching out to me and saying thank you. So here's the question I have for you. Is business a little slow? Are you wishing for a little more? Are you on the cusp of a breakthrough? Do you feel like something is about to happen? You're so close, but not quite there yet. And maybe it's in your relationship or in your healing. But can you feel that? There's one more thing that you need to know, that you need to do, that you haven't figured out yet, that hasn't happened yet. Maybe you've done a few consultations and they're thinking about it. They're not sure. They're going to get back to you. They love the idea of it, but they're not sure if it's the right time for them. Do you know what I'm talking about? Does that sound familiar? All right. This is what I want you to do. I want you to scan the room, your mind, your desk, the kitchen, your car. Think about your kids and maybe personal health appointments. Just kind of think about what's going on in your world right now, whether you're busy or not. Just take that mental picture. And now I want you to find that one thing that you've been putting off, that's sitting on the side of your desk. Maybe it's in the console of your car. Maybe you have been thinking about making that appointment for a couple of weeks, but you haven't quite gotten to it. What is that one thing? And for some of you, it might be more than one thing, but just for the purpose of this particular episode, I want you to think about that one thing that's front and center. Like it's the very first thing. Like an example of that is my vehicle registration renewal notice is on my desk. It's not due until September. It's not late. It's no big deal, but it stays on my mind so that I can remember, right? We want to remind ourselves so that I don't forget. I'm actually using energy and space to hold that attention so that I don't forget. So I was in Florida. I was on an airplane. I was driving from New Orleans in my car, and this was still front and center of my mind. In other words, no matter where I was at, I was thinking about the vehicle registration renewal notice. So what is it in your life? Maybe it's bookkeeping. Maybe it's your taxes. Maybe it's completing that project, editing your book, finishing that chapter, doing the sales page, sending out the email. Can you see what I mean by it might be more than one thing? Now imagine if it were 5 or 6 things, how much space it's taking up. If this one renewal notice has traveled with me to 3 different states and just been kind of sitting front and center of my mind, can you imagine every conversation, every time I wake up, every time I lay my head down to go to bed, I'm remembering, I'm holding space for it. Get what I'm saying? I want to challenge you this week to go do this one thing. Matter of fact, I want you to make a list of the things and see how many there are. So just list it out on the left side of the page. The things that you have been thinking about. It might be folding the clothes. It might be rescheduling an appointment because you know you're not going to be able to make that particular appointment, and you're just waiting for the date to get a little closer and you just haven't done yet. It could be something simple like that. Doesn't have to be a big deal. It might be something sitting in the back of your car that you say, I'm going to get it next time. And then you go grocery shopping and you just keep leaving it. Something simple. It doesn't have to be a big deal, but you're going to make a list on the left side of the page of how many of those things are waiting to be done that are occupying this space in your energy and in your time, in your focus. Like, it is costing you. And here's the fun part. When you do the thing, that person that's waiting will be able to come through. That idea, that creativity, that spontaneity is going to come through. When we take action, when we take responsibility, it opens up things for us. And this is what you can do to transform your health, wealth, and relationships. And I promise you, your business will change. Your outlook would change. And people around you will start getting things done. Because you know how I always talk about life being a mirror? When they don't get things done, there's something in your life that's undone. Just trust me on this one. I want you to follow through with the exercise, make a list of all the things, and just start with the top. Just do the first one, the one that has been taking up most of the space in your mind. Do that one first and just give it a moment. Just watch and see what happens. And then you can move forward. And here's the thing. It's going to feel so good when you get the things off of the list that you're going to keep going down there. The way that the brain functions is by it gets hits when we complete something. So making a checklist is a great idea. That way you can check it off or you can scratch it off. And then it's like, boom, yeah, that feels good. And here's what I want you to notice. Your body will get lighter. Your energy will feel elevated. Your mind will feel clearer. So imagine, and listen, if you've been listening to this podcast from the beginning, I talk about this, one of the very first episodes. Matter of fact, if you haven't listened in a while, go back to the beginning and share those with friends. Because that kind of stuff that I was talking about 2-3 years ago is really just coming on board now. So I talk about this, when we don't want to forgive someone, or we don't want to let go of something, or we want to make sure we never make that mistake again. We keep all these thoughts and ideas and all these circumstances and incidents in our mind, and it takes up valuable space. And when we do need our thought processor, when we do need our brain to really function and give us ideas and get things done, we got to move through all of that. So imagine it's like file cabinets sitting on top of the keyboard. Like, it's just all of these files and files and files. And you can't get to the keyboard to say, let's do this or let's solve this problem. And it's because all that junk is on top. And this is the same thing. So whether it's you trying to retain experiences in order to keep yourself safe from it happening again, or if it's you not completing tasks, you not following through, and it taking up time and energy and creativity, it is costing you. I promise you, it is costing you. And when you clear this up, things are going to come in for you. And it's likely going to be those clients who were thinking about it, or it's going to be someone who has been watching but hasn't taken action yet. And when you take action, they will take action. Do you believe me? Do you trust me? Will you try it? Share this with friends. I would love for you to help me get the podcast out. You guys come to the More Than Mindset Facebook group and let's talk about what that thing is and what happened when you cleared it out of the way. I would love to hear some feedback on this one. It's been fascinating watching this play out, and it's just fun. It's fun, it's new, exciting. It's like playing the law of attraction. When we have events, I get my clients to come up with something that they want to see. I was just saying, draw it on a paper or visualize it. Just think about it. Maybe it's a blue butterfly. Maybe it's a red sports car. Maybe it's a $5 bill. But just bring something to your attention and then watch it appear. And so this is along the same lines. You know how I'm always talking about how we do anything is how we do everything. What is inside is also outside. What's above is below. This is the same exact thing. I'm just giving you a very specific thing to look for so that you can experience it for yourself. And that's going to open up your mind to imagine what else is possible. What else are you holding on to? What else is in the way? What else is preventing what you want from coming forward, from coming through? What action are you not taking that's preventing someone else from taking the action? Like, I'm laughing as I'm talking about this because it's so real. It is so real. And it's exciting. And the more you do it, the more it will excite you to check things off your list and to get things done and to quit procrastinating. So if you look at your desk and there's things stacked on your desk, I challenge you to clean it off. Just do everything one by one, or start with just making stacks and lists and start checking it off. And before you know it, one or two things are going to come through and you're going to be like, oh my God, how much I've been holding myself back, and you're going to get the whole thing done. I just did this myself. I've been out of town. I came in around midnight last night, and I knew that this crazy little vehicle registration renewal notice was sitting on my desk. It has been bugging me. And I'm going to tell you guys, when I walked out the door to leave, like when I was heading out, my hand on the knob, I heard myself say, just go do it. Just go online and just go do it. And I was like, it's not due till September. This is what we do to ourselves. Not due till September. I got plenty of time. I'll get it when I come back. I have said that 5 or 6 times last week. And then I go to Florida. I'm on the plane. I'm in the airport. I'm driving 3 hours there and back. And I'm thinking about it. It comes with me. How different do you think my experience would have been if I would have just done it, even 3 days prior? And it's the same thing with editing my book. We're on our final edit right now. And it's like, it's just this procrastination, or the mind like making up stories and us believing it. And then and then that heaviness, we feel this heaviness, and we think the heaviness is coming because we don't feel like doing it. But the heaviness is coming because your energy is pent up with all this thinking and holding on to and reminding yourself. That's what's depleting your energy. That's what's holding down your energy. It's not the thing. All right. Tell you it'd be a short, powerful one. So I want to wish you an amazing week. If you are not in our community yet, come over to the More Than Mindset Facebook group. And I'm just going to drop this here because no matter when you hear it, it will still be available. We are taking the show on the road, and I am looking for clients or potential clients or host, or is it host? I want you to host me. So how do I say that? You got it. If you have a wellness center, a chiropractor office, a yoga studio, massage studio, and you want to elevate your business this year, because we're on a mission to take massage therapists, health and wellness practitioners, coaches beyond 6 figures. So if you're already 6 figures or beyond, you are perfect because I can help you scale that. So I'm making this offer for you to host me. I've got some goodies for you if you do this. I promise I will make it worth your time and effort. The beauty is you wouldn't have to travel to me because we're willing to travel to you. It's a grow your business one-day event. And then the second day is followed up with an intensive. You can attend both days, of course. And I've got several places on the map plotted out. So that's really exciting. But if this is something that's interesting for you, I want you to reach out to me. Just kim@kimgilrery.com, send me an email or just tag me, find me on social media. I'm always available there. And let me know where you're located at. And what we will do is collaborate, and you bring in your potential clients and I will bring in the goods that you will receive, and so will your community. So we are focused on service-based business owners. And we've got some really, I'm telling you, I haven't even let this out of the bag yet. It is going to blow your mind. We're having our first one in Lake Charles, Louisiana this weekend. And I've got 2 more spots open, 2 more optional weekends before the year ends. We have one in Lafayette happening, in Colorado. Missouri is on the map. We've got quite a few states, Texas for sure, where we will be going. But if you are one of these people who are like, we never get stuff like that around here. I was talking to someone in Switzerland last week, and she was like, that is something we need here. And I'm like, find a studio. It could be a yoga studio. It could be a chiropractor office. It could be a hotel, some sort of venue that can host us, and help me collaborate with your local audience. I will make it worth your time, energy, and effort. I promise you. And for those of you who travel is a no-go, there is an online option. So you are not left out. You just need to let me know. I'm interested. I'm in. Send me an email. Share this podcast with your favorite massage therapist, body worker, energy healer, and help me get the word out. I appreciate you. Let me know how it goes.
Thanks for listening to this episode of More Than Mindset.